going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Gibbon here today with not a tutorial, that's the wrong kind of thing because that makes me out to be an expert and I'm not. But I've seen a lot of videos sort of going through like the search engines and stuff on YouTube about how to become a YouTuber and how to get 1,000 subscribers in 1 week, and they're all bullshit and everything and all that kind of good stuff. So what I wanted to do is kind of give you a, so you want to be a YouTuber from a small YouTuber's perspective, kind of from how I see it and little things that I've kind of learned over the past sort of year or so of really putting in effort with YouTube and sort of consistently uploading on a daily basis, and kind of what you sort of need to do, and maybe little tips to help you get where you want to get, I suppose. That would be the right way of saying it. In the background you're going to be watching some Overwatch gameplay, and barring one death, we absolutely destroy the enemy team. On the else, we get a nice little 3-0 win, so just enjoy that in the background, playing as D.Va, one of my main characters. So originally when I first started doing YouTube, it was, right, let's get a gameplay together, let's do a commentary to go with it as well, and upload it and kind of see what happens. And basically nothing happened. That's because I didn't know anything about YouTube at all, how it worked, what you needed to do and how you needed to go about it. So first bit of advice that I can give you, get a decent capture card. It doesn't need to be 60 frames per second. Just get something that's mildly decent that can record your gameplay. Also as well, invest in a semi-decent microphone. There's nothing worse than sounding like you're giving a commentary in a wind tunnel or in something that sounds very tinny. So you can invest about 20 or 30 quid into a mildly decent camera. Go to somewhere like a Best Buy if you're in the States, or somewhere like Maplin's in the UK, and you'll be able to get something that's good enough, like a podcast microphone, that will be able to do the commentary that you need to do. In terms of the gameplay itself, what I would look to do at this moment in time is try and keep it under 10 minutes. Anything over that, it's really hard to get the retention of the audience, just purely because it's just tough. And also as well, when you're first starting out doing commentaries, it is kind of really hard to work out what you want to say and how you want to go about saying it. Now, the mistake that I always used to make was that I always used to just, and I still do it now to a certain extent, but I feel a little bit more relaxed doing it. I never used to kind of plan out what I wanted to say. I'd just kind of wing it and just flow with it. And I've just done it there. But what I tend to find that I was doing a lot was I'd go what we term as safety words when you do speaking. What safety words are the words that you can say which give you an extra 2 or 3 seconds to think about what you actually want to say. And I used to do that a hell of a lot. If you go back and check some of my older videos, just maybe plan out what you want to say, bullet points and topics, discuss them, and just move down consistently in terms of what you actually want to say. I would also recommend anybody that's doing YouTube, do not pin yourself to one video game, because you never know when the hype is going to die out on that video game, the views are going to die down on that video game, and nobody's going to want to watch what you're actually trying to, or watch what you want to say. Because more often than not, if you're not actually giving a little bit of news, which is sometimes is a really good thing to do, jump on something that's popular at that time for that game, give a little bit of news about it, can obviously help in terms of viewership and stuff like that. But if you're not giving news, sometimes if the game's not popular, it won't help. That's why I kind of made the decision about a year ago to try and play lots of different types of games, so you bring in kind of consistent content to what you want to do. Vlogs, sorry, I always call them vlogs. Vlogs are quite good, but again, that's a further investment that you need to make into a camera that'll record decent and record sound well as well if you're doing vlogs. So that's something else that you maybe potentially want to think about at the same time. Now, when it comes to topics of discussion, one of the things that people sometimes do is that they will just talk about the gameplay itself, which is fine. But other times, one of the things that it is good to do, feel free to count the in this commentary, by the way. Sometimes it's also good to do, sort of take topics that you want to actually discuss, be it about the gaming community, be it about things that are going on around you, topics that are relevant at the same time as well. You can put any commentary that you want over a gameplay, because what you're effectively doing, in my eyes, what I see it as, is that you're giving the viewer 2 options. They can either watch what you're actually playing and ignore your commentary, or they could just listen to your commentary, or they can do both. So just a little something there to think about is the commentary is very, very important. When it comes to titling it, one little tip, and I've just discovered this recently, which just does tend to work every now and then, capitalise every single letter in your title, because it just helps with the search engine side of it. When it comes to tagging, make sure that the tagging is relevant to your topic at the same time as well. Make sure that your description is good at the same time, so you're putting a lot of information into the description, because that all helps with the algorithm and the searches and stuff. When it comes to subscribers, do not expect to grow massively quickly, because you just won't. It just doesn't happen. Your biggest viewer will be you at the start, and maybe your family members, and maybe it'll get shared about. What I did, which helped me, was reaching out to other YouTubers, or just started playing with other people that just happened to be YouTubers, and we started doing some collaborations and bits and pieces and stuff like that, and that can really help your channel. Collaborations are a really, really good way to go, because somebody that you're collabing with might have the idea that you didn't have, that you can then bring your perspective of that to your channel at the same time as well. One of the biggest no-nos when it comes to doing YouTube, do not go onto other people's channels and spam them for subbing to you, or do not sub to somebody and go sub for sub, because it's the worst thing that you can actually do. Genuinely, it is the worst thing that you can actually do. It's one of the most horrible things that you can do, and it's one of the most annoying things, and it's one of the quickest things that will make me ignore somebody, not sub to somebody, or anything like that. Don't ask for subs. Do not ask for subs. Look for community channels as well in the games that you're playing. So for example, Thunderstruck Gaming, and send Thunder a video, ask him to put it up onto his channel. You might get lucky and you might get featured on his channel, and that will help bring subs to you, and it'll also get your gameplay out to a much wider audience, or your commentaries out to a much wider audience as well. The biggest thing that I can give you is stay true to yourself as well. Don't try and be... Yes, it is good to jump on things that are popular and maybe give your perspective of it, but don't bandwagon jump, and don't be the same as the sheep. You've got to try and stand out a little bit, otherwise why would people want to sub to you? Now, it's taken me a long time to grow. I'm at over 250 subscribers now, and one of the key things that I found really helps me with those subscribers is to interact with those subscribers, particularly ones that take the time to comment on a video of yours, because they're actually taking time out of the day to look at what you've done and then give you a comment on it, or even like the video at the same time as well. Twitter's quite important. Make sure that your Twitter account is linked to your YouTube account, so people that are following you on Twitter, when you post a video, it will go onto your Twitter, they'll see it, and it's another avenue of advertising the fact that you've put a video out there. Believe me, at first it is a thankless task. You don't get anywhere. The best advice I can give anybody in terms of YouTube is don't view YouTube at the start as something that is going to become a full-time job. View it as effectively a library of your own gameplay for you to go back and watch. And just enjoy it, have fun with it. Do not take it too seriously, because you can get burnt out with YouTube like nobody's business. There isn't any secret formula to gaining subs. There isn't any secret formula to gaining views. It's just consistency and hard work. And all these videos that tell you, gain 1,000 subs in a week, gain 100 subs in a week, yeah, that's great. But I can pretty much guarantee that those subs will be what you term as dead subs. So people that are subscribed to you but don't watch any of your gameplay at all. At all. Don't watch any of your videos. One of the things to think about when you're doing YouTube is where you want to be in terms of views, is you want to kind of be in that 10% bracket to start with. So what I mean is if you've got 100 subscribers, only realistically expect, and this is a really low number, but only realistically expect to get 10 views per video. You may hit it lucky and you may get a video that absolutely blows up. I had one on my channel for a Destiny video that's currently sitting at about 14,500 views, which is just ridiculous for somebody of my size. And every now and then you'll just hit the sweet spot with a video and you'll get a lot of views from it, which will skew everything completely. But you want to be looking in around about the 10% viewership of your actual total subscribers. So at the moment I get somewhere between about 20 to 60 views on a video is roughly roundabouts where I actually get. So if you think that you've got 100 subs, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to get 100 views. No way whatsoever at all. Trust me, this is a really, really tough thing to do because it feels like a thankless task, but if you have a passion for editing, you have a passion for doing interesting, funny commentary, giving your take and perspective on things and you want to get it out there to people, just do it as a form of enjoyment and a hobby to start with. The rest will follow. Time frame on that, you can't give a time frame on it at all. But just enjoy what you do. That's the best advice that I can give. Enjoy it and just be true to the games that you play and be true to yourself. That's the best way that I can describe it. That's my little tip as wanting to become a YouTuber from a tiny YouTuber's perspective. Hope you've enjoyed it, found something useful out of it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you are new to the channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. One last thing, just make sure your thumbnails are on point as well. There's a website that you can use called BeFunky, which allows you to do really nice thumbnails in the YouTube size, which is 1280 by 720. Thumbnails make a big difference because it attracts people to your video straight away. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, click the like button. It's the second time I've said this now. If you are new to my channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Peace.